What are some of the trends or the emerging opportunities in the AI ML space that you're really excited about right now? What is going on in the world, and what are the things that are really drawing your attention?
I think AI ML is really stepping more to the forefront. I think when I look back at the trends that I've seen, we underestimated the amount of change that the web was going to bring to the world. And once again, with mobile, I think we underestimated the change from mobile phones. And I think right now we're underestimating the change from AI. Some of the trends we see are generative AI, which is very interesting. People are using it in news. You see all the things about creating fake videos, but there's also interesting applications like creating data sets. And so, we see some startups saying, okay, maybe this health data is too sensitive. So we're going to say, what kind of properties do you want in this data set? And they generate a fake data set that has the same properties as the real data set. So it allows for learning and also some anonymity. So I think it's pretty amazing the different kinds of applications that you're seeing with AI, and you're seeing it kind of grow up a bit from an academic pastime into real shipping systems. Obviously, Google has been shipping huge AI systems and models for a long time.
I think the point that you made about we're underestimating the change pretty significantly, I think is so true. I know one of the things that really fascinated me at Gradient is the advisor team that you all have built, because I noticed like Astro Teller and Ray Kurzweil are two advisors there. And I've attended a couple Singularity University programs. And so I know the concept of humans having a really hard time predicting and understanding the actual implications of exponential technology is a true challenge that we all face. From your perspective, when you're thinking about some of the exponential trends or exponential growth of AI, are there certain areas of technology or I guess our society that you see AI having a bigger impact that people are underestimating?
I think one of the ways that you read about in the news is dovetailing with the future of work. I think that there are a number of tasks that AI was kind of poised to help with.
Hmm.
And interestingly, a lot of knowledge worker tasks. I think the old sci-fi stories, it was all about robots helping us, and robots are proving to be very difficult. I joke around, how do you stop a robot army? You close the door, because a lot of robots can't open a doorknob. So that's the sci-fi version. But there's AI writing text, there's AI analyzing and writing legal documents. And so some of this repetitive but creative material is being done by AI. We've seen AI composers, and it's very interesting. And so I think that you're going to see augmenting of some of these, probably deeper tasks. There's a real shortage of some of these skills. I see AI helping kind of across the board in places that you don't really consider it.
Just to relate one specific example, and Teo, I know you have so many follow up questions here, so I want to make sure we dive into those. I was having a spirited debate with my fiance a couple nights ago about AI. But one thing that came up actually yesterday was a very interesting application. Like she's in the international development space. And so she's working on a project to try to like consulting around negotiation skills. And the people she's working with said, you can work with our data science department to essentially design research. So you don't have to do the research, you just design the question, and then you'll get quantitative things to back up your theories around conflict resolution. And she turns to me and she goes, Patrick, this is the future for me. And I was like, this is what we've been talking about and arguing about for the last like couple months. AI task augmentation for real world applications. For her, I'd never heard of like, how do you pair that with an international development scope and how that could impact the things that people do. And so I thought that was a really interesting recent example that popped up of that, which I thought was really exciting because her and I talk about that stuff a lot. Teo, I know you have follow-up questions. Jump on in.
Oh, that's very interesting. One follow-up question about AI for the future of work. It made me think of a company called Cresta, where they have this pretty deep idea, I think, of learning from the best at every skill to teach everyone else. So they're starting with sales and contact centers because that's where there is a ton of data and a provable ROI. But I feel it's a much broader idea that could be applied across all of society. Would you have other domains where you think we could learn from the best humans to teach others?
Yeah, I mean, even in art, if you were an animator and you're a junior animator, I think you can learn through a machine for more senior animators. What is their speed? What is their brush stroke? I mean, how do they use these tools? Because a lot of those now are digital. I mean, they're not actually coloring the film anymore. And so, it's a whole tool set that I think you could have an AI teach you.